As the dew began to fall on the cold Friday night, the crowd became oddly quiet. I was a 17-year-old facing what seemed to be a task for a seasoned professional. This moment had so many things riding on it. It was the difference between winning and losing. At this point in life, I really didn't know what nervous was, but I quickly found out exactly what it was. People often say the cliche thing, "This is the best moment of my life," but for me, this moment has been the greatest moment of my life to date. I've often been told that preparation is not just a few moments, it is long, hard hours spent perfecting a craft. This night was going to be the ultimate test of not only my preparation, but my team's preparation. We had an hour and a half bus ride to the first round of the Alabama High School football playoffs. The sun had just started to set as we arrived to the school. Pulling up, I could see the battlefield, as our coaches like to call it. Stepping off the bus, I got chills. I got them for two reasons. One, it was my first football playoff game to play in. Two, it was 34 degrees outside. As we walked down the hill toward the field, I kept thinking about how cold it was. This meant not only did I have to warm up my body, but I had to warm up my mind and get those thoughts out of my head. We go back into the locker room where there was this tension, but it's this type of tension you feel when something good is going to happen. It was like walking into a room full of soldiers ready to go to war, ready to go to battle. We go out and begin the game. Our execution is flawless. We score first, which means I had to go kick. This was the nerve-wracking because it was the first kick I had of the game. The game stays intense and very positive for us as we score two more times. This not only made us very happy, but it also boosted our heads up a little bit. A little too much. We go into halftime full of joy. Everyone was smiling, laughing, and just having a good time. We were for sure that we had already won the game. As we walk into the locker room, we were ecstatic because we were winning 21-0. Our coach was not happy though. He came in blazing mad. I remember seeing Gatorade cups flying across the locker room. After that, there was a hat and then a clipboard. You could see every vein in his head. At this point, not only were we all scratching our heads, we were somewhat scared. He said, "This game is not over. It is not near over. They are going to come out fired up and hit you in the mouth. They aren't going to give up." Who knew a coach could be so mad after winning 21-0 at halftime in a playoff game? After halftime, we came out very dull. There was no energy on the sideline. It looked like we were being forced to stand there. When Centerpoint scored their second touchdown to make it 21-14, we began to worry. The sidelines became a place full of anxiety. You could cut the tension with a knife. People began pacing up and down the sidelines. They score again to make it 22-21. We blocked a punt, though, and get good field position. After two tries, we lost some yards and were forced to call a timeout. This was when I knew I was about to have to do the most stressful thing, a 45-yard game-winning field goal. Coach asked me if I was ready, and I said, "Well, I guess I have to be." This is what all my hard work was for. I make it, I'm a hero. I miss it, I'm a zero. As I get ready to line up the kick, my holder patted me on the helmet and said, "You got this." The snap was not good at all, but my holder got it down. I kicked it and I see it soaring through the air. At this point, I could not do nothing more but watch. It started out right at the post, but it began curving back toward the middle. The moment it went through, I just stood there. The place erupted around me, but my world was frozen in time. This night was not only the most stressful night I've had experienced, it was also the most exhilarating thing I've done. From my teammates' reaction of pure awe to the screams of joy from the audience, I was in a daydream-like state. I look back at this moment and it makes me realize that no matter how stressed you are, the reward is always more exhilarating. This moment will always be in my memory.